Wife cheats, then leaves. Welcome to Castable. Friends, comment what you think about this story, share your experiences, also give me like, subscribe and click on the bell for more Castable stories. Been married 10 years. Have had a rough patch the last 4 to 5 years. My wife hit the wall, her father passed away, she became depressed and couldn't work. We decided she would be home and I would work. The money was enough mostly, but I always had a bad feeling since it was almost living paycheck to paycheck. During the first years of our patch, my wife was horrible. To me, our kids, and to herself. I've been called bad names when we fought, or when she thought I didn't do things right. She later on caught up herself and got help, talking with someone. This was after she started to have sussy asterisk thoughts. All this made me more quiet, and I was not talkative before. I became angry, it affected our kids, I could snap and yell at them. I started to hate myself for my ways. My sex drive was non-existent, I just wanted to have it around her periods. We had a discussion early in our relationship. She had explained that she could have relationships with a roommate during her periods because she was hot. My self-esteem dropped. Fall 2021 we barely spoke. I wanted to, but I got 5 hours sleep per night. I tucked the kids every evening and woke them up every morning. My wife just slept in. When I got home from work she tossed in the towel and went to bed, leaving me the kids and housework. This had been going on for a good while. I wanted to speak with her about it, but me being tired, me not wanting to be called bad names and her having depression was not a winning concept. 2 weeks before Christmas, she wants to talk. We sit down and she says she is tired of me being angry, that she is tired of being the responsible one. I've become so tired I only do bare minimum in the house, and that she doesn't want is become like her family. Her upbringing is one of the reasons for her depression. I suggest couples counseling. She wants me to move out so she can think. I say no. We don't talk more that day. I only mention that I've wanted to talk to her, but work, kids and the house always got in my way. I also tell her about my sex drive. She doesn't seem concerned for me. The next day she is with one of her girlfriends. They go to church and later she asks if they can grab a bite. I say yes, I'm not the suspecting type. I think you have to trust your partner in a relationship. Me and the kids watch a movie. They later go to bed. Around before midnight I get a text that I can go to bed. Later she calls to tell me she will drive around for a while since her depression has returned. Nothing unusual, she drove around many times to clear her head. I fall asleep. 1 or 2 hours later she wakes me up, says we have to talk. She tells me she has been with another man. No relationships, but kissing and toughing without clothes. I can't comprehend anything. I hardly sleep and I don't eat for 2 days. She does not want to say who it is, but I have a suspect. She said that she was in his apartment because that is where they was eating the food. Her friend left, but my wife stayed. I think it is a guy who also is in her depression group. They are 4 ppl taking walks and talking with a counselor. I spend 1 week in a blob, just like a robot. My wife says she feels so ashamed. She decides to move out. I say I don't want her to move out. We tell the kids we are separating. From the day of the cheating to 1 week after New Year, she sleeps at a friend, not the guy. During this time she says she is still meeting the guy since they are in the same group. They don't talk though. I spend the first months after New Year to try and talk with my wife. I tell her all my feelings, how I see everything. Several times I write to her, she was the woman of my dreams. The only response I get is that she will answer later, she has to think. Only 2 times she wanted to talk to me. The first was when the man she was renting by got cancer news from his doctor. He is a good old man, very caring. She wanted to ask if she could live in the house if it became something of the cancer. Thinking of my kids and my feelings for her, I said yes. She still rents from him, he is doing fine for now. The second time was when she needed a living payment from the state to help with rent. She was not working, the old man rented it out to her for free, but had papers with rent on just for sake of it. Problem was, she had to be divorced to get the money. Me as a husband had legal responsibility to care for my wife, even if we lived separately. We signed the papers. I once again tried to talk a bit with her, her answer was the same. After that my feelings started to go away for her. I was still hurt, still am, but I wasn't longing for her anymore. I have not told her this, but I think I will finalize the divorce papers come October, 6 months waiting since we got kids. To me, her actions have been selfish. To me, she doesn't seem to care about me. I have even asked a woman out on a dating app, no answer yet, only a couple of hours ago. I hate this feeling I have. I second guess a lot of my decisions. We have had great times as well, and 3 great kids, that led up to this. I'm not a light-eyes man, so that adds more worry for the future. I'm trying to find myself again. The years has made less than before. I try to work out, write my book, meet friends, etc. But I'm not happy, just less sad. I know this time will pass. I just hope I can find the energy to cope. I'm going talking with someone about myself. I hope Noon has to endure this. My heart is broken and it has never hurt this much in my entire life. I hope you all have a good week, with a lot of laughter and love. Peace. Update. Thanks for the feedback. It's only been a couple of hours since I wrote it. We split the children 50/50ths. That was something we decided straight up. They should be affected as little as possible by this. It's not their fault we had a bad marriage. We are very rigorous when it comes to information between us about the children, dentist, school, etc. Hindsight, I see a lot of thing you bring up. I don't think she loves me anymore, don't know for how long back into our relationship she hasn't. I am working on myself, and my priority number 1 are my kids. They are the main purpose of me going to work every morning. I made a pact with myself at the beginning to always call them every night they are at my wife's to say goodnight. My network of friends disappeared during my marriage. I tried to connect with some of them during, but they never got back themselves. Now I got contact with one of my best friends from school. He is awesome, not a bad bone anywhere, and we can talk for hours. He even told me some things about his childhood I never knew, and we really knew each other back then. My dating is not that serious. I'm not going to bring another person into my children's lives just like that. But I need to practice to communicate with the opposite sex. I'm an introvert. I find it hard to talk to people in general. Thanks again for the feedback. I'll keep reading and thinking about my options. I live in Sweden. I have a full-time job with good pay. I live cheap, so money is no issue for now. I'll see if I can update more later, when October has passed. Peace. Friends, comment what you think about this story, share your experiences, also give me like, subscribe and click on the bell for more Castable stories. Comments. 1. She was unclothed kissing and just touching in bed with the other man. Lie. Yes, they were if they were unclothed in bed and having relationships. You should have divorced her at that time. 2. Brother, you can't make someone love you. As they say with women, by the time the husband finds out they have already checked out of the marriage for months. All you can do is be the stable parent. Try to have the kids more to show favorably in any legal battles. Look at your career and see if you can make some moves to make more money, you'll need it. Don't get complacent. Start working on yourself. If you have a support network, use it. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Assume the worst. She may have already bonded with someone. You've probably lost a bit of yourself over the years. Start getting back into hobbies if you can. Get a lawyer. I doubt it will remain civil. It hardly ever does. Own your own problems but never accept hers. She'll probably blame you for all of it. People who need to justify bad behavior tend to do that. No one wants to be the bad guy in their own story. Just be the best dad in the world to your kids and protect as much as yourself and your assets as you can, as long as it doesn't affect the kids. 3. You can't control her feelings or her decisions, so divorce her and move on with your life. It is easy to say from this side of the keyboard, but it doesn't make it less true. Concentrate on your children and love them. Don't talk ill of her, but at the same time don't make her out to be better than she is to your kids. I wish you nothing but the best. 4. Okay, you need to be single for a very long time. You have no self-esteem, self-respect, and you don't know your worth. You have kids to think about, yet you are begging for someone who doesn't respect you, doesn't care about you, and doesn't know your worth. You are a good, caring person that worked hard to support an ungrateful, selfish, ridiculous. She cheated on you and you still want her. Why? Seriously, besides giving you kids, what more has she done besides make your life hard and be abusive? Now you want to try to date. Honey. Please stop. You need to focus on your children. They did not ask to be born. They don't need you bringing home another toxic person. That is exactly what you will end up doing if you don't take the time to heal and build up some self-worth. Also, you need to understand, when you go to find someone, they need to be able to love your kids as well. Your children come first. Before you and before their mother. You only have so much time in the day and you only have so many years with them before they go off and have lives of their own. Focus on healing and fixing you as well as taking care of your kids. 5. You have just made an important decision, and that is to move on. Eventually he will probably blame you for not being supportive, and somewhere a psychologist will diagnose him with something that justifies this behavior. I myself was diagnosed with depression and manic aggression. In short, she chose to push you away. Eventually her sand castle will collapse and she will come running back to the pot to feed. She will have diagnoses that explain all her abusive behavior, but she will still be a vindictive person. I think she married you because you were a safe option. You endured immense abuse and she seems to have absorbed it. She never really loved you. You should have your children DNA tested. Make sure she has supervised visitation. She constructed a narrative of depression. You should use that to build a barrier between her and your children. Children learn by watching. Don't let them spend too much time with her or they will learn in their own way. Now it's your turn. Before you date her, have the divorce decree in your hand. If you date her now, she can say you cheated on her and that led to her leaving and being depressed, turning the tables on you. Finalize your divorce. Then move on with confidence as you work on yourself. You are almost out. You just have to take the necessary steps and wait for the ink to dry. Good luck. Single parenting is a nightmare, but with your wife's toxic personality it's the best thing for the kids. 6. Bro, as much as it hurts you to realize that she don't care about you, you have to accept reality. You should be asking yourself, what am I going to do now that she is out of the picture? What it seems like is that she sees you having a normal life and that angers her because she has depression. She is trying to bring you down, brother, and if you throw the towel now that your kids need you the most, guess what she is going to say? You're not man enough to take care of the kids, why should I be with you? Your situation sucks right now, but that's the hand you were dealt with. Don't fold your cards just yet. Show her you have what it takes to come out on top with or without her, my king. If you do this, my friend, she will want to come back and then you have the upper hand, and is up to you if you take her back and risk going through this pain again, or don't take her back. She made her own bed, let her sleep in it. Friends, comment what you think about this story, share your experiences, also give me like, subscribe and click on the bell for more castable stories.